Now, the first vote is just under 12 weeks away, and Marine Le Pen, the leader of the National Front, says she's struggling to get enough support to stand in the election. But could she be bluffing? Elena Cassis, our press reviewer, joins me now. Hello, Elena. Hopefully you're going to shed a little bit of light on that for us.
Morning, Claire. Well, as you said, in the polls, she's polling as much as 16 or 17%. But Marine Le Pen has been telling everyone, all the papers, that she might not even get on that ballot paper. That's because she needs 500 signatures from France's local mayors, of which there are more than 20,000, in order to get on the paper. And she says she hasn't got those signatures. There's a piece in today's L'Humanité, though, which reckons that she's bluffing. She says that the National Front have come out with this every election for years, and they've always got themselves on the ballot paper. They say it's a means, the paper at least thinks that it's a means of attracting attention onto her campaign. And she says that it's an attack on democracy, the fact that she needs these 500 signatures, and she's campaigning to try and get the government to make those signatures anonymous so that mayors wouldn't be public, which mayors had decided to sponsor her. She's also blaming both of the two major parties, the UMP and the PS, say they're putting an undemocratic amount of pressure on their mayors to stop them from sponsoring her. But as the L'Humanité points out, we've been here before. This is a campaign argument that her father, Jean-Marie Le Pen, has come out with at every election since 1981. Here he is in 2002 trying to get hold of some signatures from those mayors.
I'm
still missing signatures. I've been tripped up by mayors who said they would sponsor me, and then they changed their minds at the last minute. Even so, all politicians agree it would be disastrous if a big part of popular opinion like mine wasn't represented.
And that's almost exactly the same line of argument that his daughter's trotting out now, in almost the same words, saying that her supporters would be disenfranchised if she's not on that ballot paper. And it seems this argument does attract a certain amount of sympathy. According to a poll out today, 70% of French voters say that while they might not necessarily vote for her, it would be undemocratic if she doesn't get the chance to stand.
So Marine Le Pen repeating some of her father's complaints, but she's really changed the image of the party since she took over, though, hasn't she?
Yes, really, that's what Le Nouvel Observateur is talking about today, about how much she's managed to widen the party's appeal from a fairly narrow hardcore of nationalist supporters who voted for her father year after year. They say there's two major things at play here. Firstly, because she's young, because she's a fresh face, she's managed to make the party look young and modern. She's changed its discourse. It's not just immigration and Islam that she talks about now. It's the economy. She's managed to appeal to a wide range of working class voters who feel that they've been left aside by the two main parties, that they've been ignored, especially with high unemployment. She's created, the Nouvel Observateur says, a new kind of discourse. When she says there's one kind of party that's against France, that's the category that she piles all the major parties into. And then there's the parties that are in favour of France. It's her policies of ending outsourcing by returning jobs to France and pulling France out of the euro so it would retain more economic independence. That's what she's been talking about. She's almost borrowing language from the left in terms of economic policy. That's what Le Nouvel Observateur is saying. And that plays really well with working class voters who feel they've been left behind. It's that category of bundling all the other parties back into one box and saying these mainstream parties, they're all the same. It's playing really well with the electorate, and that's, if you like, what makes her dangerous for Nicolas Sarkozy and François Hollande.
Now, she's also getting a lot of press attention outside of France.
Absolutely. Look at this piece in The Times. They say today that the veneer of respectability that she's managed to cast over the party, widening that electorate again, has made the Front National Europe's most dangerous right-wing party. They say that by moving away from that immigration focus onto a different discourse and really widening her appeal, they've made her one of the most electorally popular right-wing leaders in France. But some of the foreign press attention she's been getting shows that she might not necessarily have moved completely away from her father's sort of worst excesses of xenophobic discourse. There's been a lot of coverage in the press, especially in Austria and here in France also, with this article from the website Rue 89 about a party that she attended in Vienna last Friday night. Now, this is controversial because it was run by an extreme right Austrian organisation who also invited people like Holocaust-denying historian David Irving. And when this caused a lot of controversy in the Austrian papers on Monday, that group's leader said, we're being persecuted, it's like we're the new Jews. So while she might be shying away from this sort of discourse talking about the Second World War and anti-Semitism and that her father used to do, it seems like she's not totally moved away from keeping company with people who still hold those views.
Thanks very much, Elena, for taking us through what the French and foreign press make of Marine Le Pen. That's it for Campaign Chronicles. Do stay tuned, though, here on Live from Paris. Coming up is culture, and our film critic Lisa Nesselson will be telling us why the film Detachment proves you should be pleased if you already have your high school diploma.
PIP, 3 letters which stir up fear in any woman with breast implants. This week we'll follow the repercussions of this global health scare, starting here in France where hundreds of women have already opted for an urgent explantation.
Don't miss Health today, 10:15 a.m. Paris time on France 24.